the Knicks got better. I think the Timberwolves got worse.
All right, man.
You think they have a chance to go to the finals?
The Knicks?
Hell no.
Yes.
Come
They're
on,
not
man.
beating Boston. Are you
Come on,
crazy?
man.
I'm not saying they're beating them, but let's say Boston gets an injury. Let's say Philly gets an injury.
Injuries that changes everything.
You know what I'm saying? Like that, like they can take advantage of the situation. While if someone in the West had a huge injury, I don't think that the Timberwolves could really take advantage with this new crew they got.
Okay. I like the point he made about the second person actually going out there and scoring like Cat does. I just don't think Cat's a dog. I think Randall's more of a dog, and I like DiVincenzo's shooting abilities.
Wow.
I will say though, shout out the Knicks for trying though. Like I always salute teams that really try, because you have some teams that will sit back for years and just rely on the draft and things like that. They're realizing they have some studs, and they're like, all right, this is our shot. This is our window. That we gotta attack it. So I always applaud teams when they're trying in these situations.
This is what it looks like to go all in.
Right.
Nah,
and they got Brunson from a trade too.
Wow.
Yeah. Shots fired, Keo.
Don't worry, I'll get to your damn dirty Saints later on the show. Wow. All right, man.
You talking about the same boy that beat the hell out the Cowboys? Why?
I mean, I know what happened this past weekend, but anyways, Yvonne, man, we're gonna spin it. We're gonna spin it back, and we're gonna give you the floor on the college football picks for this week.
All right, so I'm pulling up the records overall. So I am okay. C is first, 23-9. I am second, 21-11. X 19-13. Reek 18-14, and Keo 500, 16-16.
Woo!
So yes. All right. Here we go. This week, some interesting matchups where I actually feel like this week we are gonna have a lot of mixed opinions here. So first matchup, let's start off in the SEC. Ole Miss, who went down, goes to South Carolina. Who we got?
Ooh, I'll go first. I'll go. Oh my God, I'm gonna take Ole Miss, but I'm not confident. I'm not confident at all. I just think South Carolina is gonna struggle to score, even though Ole Miss don't have a great defense. I think Ole Miss has enough offense to outscore them, similar to the way LSU did it. I got Ole Miss.
All right, I'll take it from here, man. I got Ole Miss, simply because I think South Carolina is just not. They're not ready. They're not going to be able to. Ole Miss is a good team. I know they lost this past weekend. They are a good team. I respect Ole Miss, and I like for them to go ahead and get their win. I hate playing a team off of a loss. So since they play LSU next week, I want them to go ahead and get their win this week. So I'm going with Ole Miss, and they're a better team than South Carolina.
Yeah, I hope they lose.
Wait a minute.
Broken.
Did you just say? Did you just say Ole Miss lost to a good team?
No, I said Ole Miss is a good team.
Okay, well they did lose to Kentucky, so you gotta give Kentucky a lot of credit. And Kentucky played Georgia really tough also.
They were due. Yeah, they do. They were gonna get somebody. Kentucky was gonna get somebody. Might as well be Ole Miss. Lane Kiffin.
So, this game, we got. You said South Carolina and Ole Miss. I got Ole Miss.
South Carolina.
I got Ole Miss in this game. I think Ole Miss will bounce back in this game. I got Ole Miss.
I will say it's a lot harder to play in South Carolina than I anticipated, just based off the LSU game.
I think South Carolina has always been a little tougher, and people didn't realize.
Yeah, that's why I said I never did realize it, because I mean when we would go play them, we beat the hell out of them, and it wouldn't even be nothing to really watch. But this year they look prepared, and that ambiance, the aura of the stadium, and the crowd, and the everything about it, they look everything was going their way until a better team prevailed. I think that's what's going to happen Saturday.
Okay. I actually like the point you made. See, that's always my philosophy. I love picking teams off of a loss to win the following game, especially good teams. That's a big reason I had the Ravens beating the Bills last week, because I was like, okay, these two teams are on the same level. The Ravens are due for a win. So I get what you're saying. I'm going to go Ole Miss here, but just like X, I'm not confident at all. South Carolina is tough to play. But it's in South Carolina. It's in Columbia. Man, would I be surprised if Ole Miss lost? Hell no, but I think Ole Miss wins.
I'll be honest with you. I might switch my pick before game. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, X, we're picking your favorite team to pick next. We've got West Virginia at Oklahoma State.
Bruh, I told y'all, bruh. No, I don't like either team. I feel like West Virginia's underachieved as well this year. Oklahoma State underachieved this year. Dang, why are we picking this game? You making it hard for me. All right, I'm gonna take. Bro, I'm taking West Virginia. I'm not gonna be a liar. I said in the group chat I'm never taking Oklahoma State again. I'm gonna take West Virginia, but I'm not confident. I don't like either team.
Hey, Yvonne, when Oklahoma State plays Citadel in a couple weeks, make sure you add that game on the schedule. We'll see how much of a liar you are then. But I got Oklahoma State though over West Virginia.
Where's the game being played?
It's in Oklahoma State.
Damn, it makes it a little harder, bro.
It does. It does.
It makes it a little harder. I'm gonna go with Oklahoma State, man. I'll go with Oklahoma State because West Virginia, they've been very disappointing too. Last time I picked them, they end up taking a loss. I don't like when you do that to me. You're messing up my record. So, but Oklahoma State did the same thing. But I'm gonna go ahead and go with Oklahoma State. At least they were on the road and they lost.
Yeah, this is one of those matchups where I'm just taking the home team. I got Oklahoma State. Am I confident? No, but they might be mentally broken. But I got Oklahoma State and Stillwater. Next matchup, very, very interesting. Undefeated Rutgers at Nebraska.
Oh my God! I'm taking Nebraska Cornhuskers, man. Yeah, Cornhuskers. Rutgers are just one of those teams that is just undefeated, just like the freaking Indiana Hoosiers.
Indiana's legit. Don't do that.
Oh God. But I'm taking.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm taking Nebraska in this game.
Okay. It's in Nebraska, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Nebraska, but
that's right.
I'm rooting for Rutgers. I am rooting for Rutgers. But I think being in Nebraska's not a bad team. Their only loss is to Illinois. I told y'all Illinois was a good team. Penn State survived them, but Illinois is a really good team. That's not a bad loss. I got
shout out to my cousin in Lincoln, Nebraska, Sochia. I see you, boy.
Man, look, it was probably about 15, 16 years ago when Rutgers was on the map a little bit. Ciano had him on the map a little bit. He left, came back, and now they're undefeated again. So what? Nebraska. I got the Cornhuskers and fake Pat Mahomes.
Yeah, that was before Ray Rice was beating people up in elevators.
Man, why y'all always gotta be disrespectful, bro?
Hey, Keo, what is your cousin doing in the middle of nowhere, man? Go tell him to go somewhere where there's people, man. Anyways.
They like it there, man.
Hey, Greg Schiano, man, he's picked up Rutgers again. They're undefeated. They've beat Virginia Tech and Washington. Solid wins. I'm gonna go with the Cornhuskers as well, though. I like Matt Rule. I like Dylan Raiola, and I like them being at home. I think they're the better team. All right. Next matchup, SEC matchup, Missouri at Texas A&M.
Woo! Man, I'm not a big believer in Missouri like everybody else. Y'all may be. I'm gonna take the Aggies. I'm gonna take Texas A&M at home.
Trying to catch up, huh?
Hey, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do
It won't happen, man. I got Missouri. They've been playing better than Texas A&M. Texas A&M, I just feel like they're gonna fluke out somewhere. They always gonna do it, and this is one of those games that they'll lose. So I picked them once this year and they lost on me. So screw them. I'm going with Missouri.
In the words of one of my least favorite basketball players, ain't no party like a Missouri party. I got the Missouri Tigers, baby. Burden hasn't had Burden hasn't had the dynamic games that we're used to seeing. I do feel like Brady Cook is gonna target him a lot in this game because Texas A&M they do have a good run defense also, and I'm just not a huge fan of the Texas A&M quarterback situation. I'm going with Missouri.
Okay. Obviously, being a Longhorn fan, I don't root for that Gaggies at all.
Oh.
But they they have great home field advantage. It's tough to play there. I'm rooting for Missouri, but I just have a feeling. I'm going with the Aggies. I just have a feeling that Missouri, with their weaker schedule, is gonna trip up somewhere, and I just have a feeling it's this week. I can't even tell you a reason why they're going to win besides A&M being at home. I just have a feeling. So I'll go with the Aggies. All right. Next matchup, the national title game rematch. Michigan goes to Washington. Who we got?
I got Michigan. Even though I don't love their quarterback play, Michigan's defense is going to get this done. You said it. Virginia Tech beat Washington. Yeah, I got it.
Wow.
They said Rutgers.
Like that was supposed to be funny.
Rutgers
beat Virginia Tech and Washington.
Yeah, that's right. Rutgers. My apologies. Yeah, but I just feel Michigan's running attack and their defense will come into play in this one. I got Michigan.
Hey man, shout out to the Fab Five, man. I got Michigan.
Oh, Gil got his music going. I ain't Gil today. Let's go, Gil. Who you got?
What mixtape that was from?
Gil, we can't hear you.
I don't know what happened, but somebody was freaking. I know I'm here. No, somebody was freaking playing Cambodian music, man. But but with that being said,
looking at the screen, I think I know who.
But as far as this game goes, I got Michigan. I kind of see what Yvonne did with this pick because I was like, why are you picking this game? That when I saw, I was like, okay, it's a rematch. But I still got Michigan in this game though.
Okay. I've got Michigan. I'm not sold on Michigan this year, but I'm definitely not sold on Washington. They've lost their two biggest games so far, so I have no reason to believe them. Vegas, for whatever reason, believes in them. They're the favorite, which is interesting to me. Must be the home field advantage, but I've got Michigan. Okay. All right, we're going to go to our final game, ACC matchup now. Also where game day is going. Miami goes to Berkeley to play Cal. Who we got?
I got the U, baby. What we doing? Like Cam Ward, I know they had a struggle. Virginia Tech, we understand that rivalry. They almost pulled it out, but Miami, man, I don't see them losing to Cal. I got the U.
Cue the smoke. The Canes, man. I got the Canes running out there smoke, taking the big victory, sending Cal back across the country on a sad trip. It's in Miami, right?
It's in Cal.
No, it's in Cal. It's in Berkeley.
Well, they're going to be drinking and getting high all the way back to Miami.
Oh, come on, man. What kind of – oh, my.
Michael Irvin rolling with him, baby. You know what it is.
Come on, man.
Those are just normal activities, X. It's okay.
Wow.
Keo, who you got? This is in your hood over there.
Hey, kids tuning in, man, don't listen to these guys. Don't do drugs. Stay off the drugs.
Don't go to Miami and kick with Michael Irvin.
Don't. Y'all are unbelievable. Unbelievable. Keo's taking a break. He's going to listen to some Cambodian music. Who you got, Ivan?
Okay. So I don't understand Cal at all. They were 3-0. They beat Auburn. And then they lose to Florida State. Okay. I literally was so sold on Cal during that game. I remember betting on Cal. I was like, hell no, Florida State ain't win that game. And Florida State won. I don't understand. Well, I thought Cal was actually a solid team. I guess not. Man, I'm going Miami, but I do think it's a close game. I really do. I think it's another close nail biter for them. Cal lost to Florida State, and then they had a week off, so they've had some time to prepare. They're at home. This is the first time game day is going to Berkeley. But man, I just think Miami's better, and they pull it out. So
Florida State had to catch somebody.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Reek had Texas A&M as well. He picked Ole Miss. He actually picked Rutgers. He's got West Virginia. He's got Michigan and Miami.
Okay, I'm not surprised by Rutgers pick.
Boy, Reek always want to be that lone wolf.
Yeah, but he got to pick Rutgers, man. Come on, man.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay, Keo, who you got real quick so we can get to this next topic?
Miami or Cal in your hood over there?
Well, in the words of the not next president of the United States, Kamala Harris. Never mind. She don't even have a damn quote, but I'm taking the Miami Hurricanes, man. Woo.
Y'all are unbelievable, bro. I swear to God, y'all are unbelievable, bro. This is unreal. I can't believe I'm on this show right now with y'all three.
Hey, Keo, that's it for the picks.
All right, man. By the way, we are live right now on Twitter and YouTube, so make sure everybody share the broadcast. Everybody tuning in, make sure you guys share the broadcast also. So we are actually officially live right now. We got 49 people tuning in right now, man. Shout out to you guys.
You say YouTube?
Yeah, YouTube. So yeah. So with that being said, man,
let me get our viewers up right quick. Share it on my page.
Yeah, share it too, X and Yvonne. All right. We're gonna go move on over to our NFL segment, man. And you know where we're going to right now. Davante Adams is the story.
You said NFL and Davante Adams?
Oh, dirty.
I'm ready when you guys are.
Okay. Yeah, so we got 50 people tuning in now. Okay, so Davante Adams, he's has requested to get traded. My question for you guys is, where will Davante Adams be playing at this season?
I'll go first. I think it comes out in 3 teams: the Jets, the Saints, and the Steelers. The Jets and the Saints, I think, are no-brainers because that's where his former quarterbacks are. So I understand he wants to be there. The Steelers wanted Ayuk, so why would they not want Davante Adams? Right. I read a report tonight that it looks like the Jets are going to be the team. And I think he ends up a New York Jet. I guess Antonio Pierce wasn't playing around when he said they're going to make some business decisions. He also liked the post that went viral that said Davante Adams is going to be traded or whatever, something along those lines. Yeah, he is definitely out of there. Now, I don't know why Davante Adams just didn't ask for a trade in the offseason. Did he really think Gardner Minshew was going to make his life much better? You know, I don't understand that. I watched NFL Receiver on Netflix last year, and they had Adams on there. He was never happy in Vegas. I mean, he wasn't happy at all. It was obvious as day that he was going to want out of there. And so I don't know what he thought when Gardner Minshew came in there. He should have asked for a trade immediately. He's going to be a New York Jet, and if he went to the Saints, I think it's a great pickup. He's got good chemistry with Carr. I don't think that the Steelers are that much better than the Raiders. They're better, but I don't think it's like life-changing where any of us think, okay, the Steelers are going to the Super Bowl. I think the team, more than anybody, that needs to make this deal happen, and that I would be like, oh, they might go to the Super Bowl, is the Buffalo Bills. I think that the Buffalo Bills should do everything to get Davante Adams. And I know some people would say, well, they just went through with Stephon Diggs. I don't see Davante Adams as the same headache as Stephon Diggs. Diggs will get the ball, and he still complains, I feel like. Davante Adams, he just wants the ball, and he wants a legit chance to win, and I think he's good to go from there. I think there's a difference there. All in all, I think that he ends up a New York Jet because the Jets' offense has been struggling, and I think that they're sitting there and they're like, what can make this team a little better? They're like, oh, if we bring Davante Adams, he's already got chemistry with Rodgers. So I think he's going to be a New York Jet within the next week.
Okay, I'll go.
Go ahead.
All right, man.
He's played his last down for the Raiders.
Absolutely. I think it's down to those three teams that you just said. Although I think the Bills would probably be the best situation not for him. I think the Bills should be breaking their necks trying to get him out there, to be honest with you, because they're right there. They're right there. And with that addition, that puts them right there level with Kansas City, if you ask me, in the AFC. But like I said, man, like you said, he wants to go. His preferences is two places: the New York Jets and my New Orleans Saints. Now,
New Orleans Saints.
My New Orleans Saints, right? So, I would love to have Davante Adams. I would love to have him. Although it depends on what we had to give up to get him. They said they want a second-round pick. They can have a second-round pick. I don't give a damn about that. That's cool. The only other thing is I think he's due like $47 million next year on the cap for the next 2-3 years. He's $47 million against the cap, and he's a 34-year-old receiver. That's kind of pricey. That's kind of pricey. And then I look at it, I'm like, well, does he make us that much better for the next 2-3 years if we giving him $47 million? I don't know. He may, but I don't think we have a bad receiving core now. I think that if we can get him and maybe get that contract renegotiated a little bit, do some of that Saints magic on the contract, I'd love to have him. But if we had to do something stupid like give up a second rounder and like Rashid Shaheed or something stupid like that, no way, Jose. I take him, but I'm not giving up any assets as far as personnel. I might, you know what? Maybe Lattimore, because we deep in the secondary. I might give up Lattimore if they wanted to do that, even Stevens or whatever, but nothing like that, and he would have to rework that contract. He doesn't make us that much better. Like, I don't see him coming and be like, yep, there we go. That's all we were missing. You know what I mean? So I love to have him, but at what price?
Wow. I actually think that the Saints would be much better, actually.
Okay.
I don't like the Saints receiving corp as much as y'all do. I think they're missing a true number 2 or a legit tight end, is in my opinion. And this way, Olave would be the 2, Adams would be the 1, and I think him having chemistry with Carr would be nasty. And I also want to add one thing. I think that the Raiders dropped the ball on this whole thing. Like they brought him to play with Carr and then got rid of Carr. Like, I'm like, you never gave this a fair shot, and that's the reason he came there. How do you expect them to be happy after that? Yeah, but anyways, go ahead.
All right. I think that both of y'all made fair points. Obviously, both of those teams have a shot at getting Devontae Adams. I'm gonna go with the wild card though. I'm gonna say Pittsburgh ends up getting Devontae Adams because to me they were all in on Brandon Ayuk, and I think Devontae Adams is better than Brandon Ayuk. Clearly, for me, clear. And when you have a young receiver like George Pickens, I just think that you look at him and you say to yourself, if I could bring in a guy similar to what you said about Olave just now, Yvonne, if I could move Pickens to the number 2 and have a Devontae Adams, we have to remember the Steelers made the playoffs last year. You bring in a guy like Fields, who's been playing decent. They're 3-1, I believe, and then you add in a guy like Devontae Adams to that defense that plays very well. I think the Steelers are going to get involved there. I think they're going to go after him. The Jets, even though I do think he wants to play with Aaron Rodgers, you got Garrett Wilson, you got Mike Williams. I thought played well this past week. Lazard has played well. I know that he's better than all of them. I get that. But it's a lot going on over there in New York. And then, like you said about the Saints, I just don't know if the Saints are willing to go all in to get him. But I do know the Pittsburgh Steelers are willing to go all in to get him. I believe. So I'm going to say he ends up in Pittsburgh. Kill, you on mute.
I got breaking news right now. And no, Devontae Adams did not get traded. But somebody in the NBS Fantasy Football League did just make a trade right now. The guy right next to me, Stud Farm, with Kanan Stark, the one and only Reek.
Oh, what happened to our deal?
What's the deal, Keo?
So he
you can't discuss that in here either.
Reek acquires Raheem Mostert and T. Higgins, and C will be receiving Deontay Foreman and Travis Kelce.
Wow.
Okay, interesting trade.
All right, man.
Especially if you see Reek's team.
Oh,
you buying Travis Kelce high again, huh? You gave up T. Higgins. That's wow.
As far as this trade goes, I mean, as far as not that trade, but as far as the Devontae Adams goes, it all points to the New York Jets, man. We've always imagined what it would be like if Aaron Rodgers reunite with Devontae Adams. That's what it's always been about. When the Raiders played the Jets, they were talking about it, and they wanted to do that. And Devontae Adams, he was just in a tough position. He assumed that he was going to be playing with his former Fresno State college teammate, Derek Carr, and next thing you know, Carr ends up not being there anymore. It's all signs point to me for the New York Jets. Devontae Adams has had the most success as a Green Bay Packer. And Nathaniel Hackett happens to be with the Jets, and he was part of that Adams and Rodgers success also. I think it makes all the sense in the world for this trade to possibly happen. And guess what? They could kill 2 birds in one stone. Why not ship off Hassan Reddick to the freaking Raiders? That actually helps them with the pass rushers that they have with Crosby, and you get somebody like Reddick also. So it kills 2 birds in one stone. You got a disgruntled player, and then you got a player that that Devontae wants to play for, and a team that Aaron Rodgers wants. And the offense hasn't been great. They freaking lost to the freaking Denver Broncos. Garrett Wilson, called out the team saying, "Yo, this offense got to be more creative." And I think the Rodgers and
Duke was right.
Rodgers and Garrett Wilson, I think that is gonna take some time as far as the chemistry goes. But guess what? It ain't gonna take no time as far as chemistry going when it comes to Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers. But my number 2 selection, though, if I had to go to, I would go with the Saints because I honestly feel like I said in the chat, I said the Saints do need a wide receiver. I know that they got Chris Olave, but if Devontae's there, he's the number 1 guy. He's a top option, man.
But how long?
For a long period of time, because Devontae, he wanted this the whole time. He wanted to go to a quarterback that he played for, which is Derek Carr, and you don't need to worry about chemistry at all over there. With Carr and Devontae, and I feel like Devontae. I think Devontae, we talked about in the college football segment. Devontae is the type of wide receiver. It don't matter where he goes to. He's going to get his numbers regardless, no matter who the quarterback is. But those are the 2 top teams, though, the Saints and the Jets.
I do agree with y'all. I think the Jets and the Saints are the top teams, but I know the Steelers are willing to give up what it takes, and maybe even more to land them.
Now, here's a question I got for y'all. What would make the Raiders want to make him happy? What has he ever done for the Raiders to make them trade him somewhere he wants to go?
I think exactly. But I think that they want to get that money off the books.
Hell, I trade Carolina.
I seen ESPN talking about this. I wanted to ask you guys this also. What was more of a bigger career mistake? Devontae going to the Raiders or Tyreek going to the Dolphins?
D-Hop to the Titans.
Definitely Tyreek.
Wow.
Definitely Tyreek. Come on, bro. Yeah. You had the best quarterback in the league throwing to you. Now you got Skylar Thompson and Tyler Huntley, who was in Cabo last week. Instead of Patrick Mahomes, you were winning. I understand both of those guys ended up chasing the money. I understand Tyreek Hill more because he at least had a ring already.
That's what I was going to say. I think Devontae Adams struck out because he don't have a ring.
True, but the thing is, like, he was promised he was going to play with his homie Derek Carr, and you didn't know what Jordan Love was yet. So you figured Rodgers was going to be out of there soon. So I'd say Tyreek Hill. But I do want to read y'all the latest report. Albert Breer about an hour ago. Here's what it said. Teams involved Devontae Adams' market have been convinced that the Raiders star is focused on engineering a trade to the Jets. The Bills and Steelers are among those who inquired with Vegas on Adams. I'd put the Bills in the same category as the Saints. Adams did show some interest in going there too. In that, cap implications would be tough to overcome in getting a deal done. So the Bills and the Saints are having issues with money with this deal. Meanwhile, it looks like the Jets, Bills, and Steelers are the 3 favorites.
Yeah, and just to say one more thing about what you asked, Keo. To me, Adams, because to me, Tyreek Hill, he got a ring, and Tyreek has shown that he's a great receiver without Patrick Mahomes. A lot of people like myself was like, man, Patrick Mahomes made that dude how good he was. Shit, no, he didn't. That fool went to Miami and I won Offensive Player of the Year. So shout out to Tyreek. I'm not mad at that.
He was nice with Alex Smith.
He was, but I think that, when he became Tyreek Reek, it was with Patrick Mahomes.
I think it's freaking easy, man. It's freaking, what's his name? Devontae Adams. You should have known better. The damn freaking, if it's the LA Raiders, the Oakland Raiders, Las Vegas, don't matter where you relocate. They have a habit of ruining careers. You remember a former Packer that signed with them? You guys remember Javon Walker?
Yeah,
remember that guy? Guess what happened to him? He never was the same again when he went.
What about Jordy Nelson?
Jordy, I was about to mention Jordy Nelson.
Jordy, big Jordy.
Randy Moss. There wasn't Randy
Moss. Yeah, Randy Moss wasn't the same. Also, even if people wanted to go way back with Desmond Howard was never the same player there ever again.
Oh, y'all never told me this. I remember Javon Walker, so I do a quick Google search just to remind me of his career a little bit because I remember him. He went to high school in Lafayette, Louisiana.
I just went like that. He went to
Yeah,
STL.
man. And he was
Y'all
good.
be doing that so much that at this point it's just
He was really
Got a
good
lot
at
to
Green
shoot up
Bay,
about.
man. Like he was really good at Green Bay. So
he was.
Yeah, he was.
I even
um,
remember
I've said
in
this in a
Denver.
long time though. The Raiders is where your career goes to die. That's where
Well,
your
we'll
career
say
goes
this.
to
That's
die.
what makes Jerry Rice the GOAT. Because when he went, they went to
yeah.
the Super Bowl.
They
Yes.
went to the Super Bowl. You're
Yeah. I'm
absolutely right.
sorry. And I'm sorry to mention this guy's name. Look what happened to freaking Henry Ruggs' career, man. Where the hell he at?
No.
Darius
How
Taylor
about
Bay.
this? How about Jamarcus Russell?
Yeah,
Don't do
he was great when he was in Louisiana. Went to the Raiders.
But wouldn't you blame that on Jamarcus Russell though? Because a lot of people blame it on the Raiders. Like a lot of people said that Jamarcus was, and I'm not hating on when I say this is what reports are. They say he was lazy, out of shape. He had like no sense of urgency. Like
I just think it was the worst fit for both sides.
And he wasn't put in a position to win, to be successful either.
yeah, that is
His
true.
coaching staff, he didn't have a team around him. I mean, it was what it was. He had the talent, but a lot of that had to do with him, and a lot of that had to do with the Raiders.
Hey, you know who else? Michael Huff. Oh!
Yeah.
Oh, shout out to Reek.
You want to do that? We gonna do that too, man.
Shout out to Reek. Reek said James Jones.
Yeah. You like how I put that boy Huff in there, huh?
I actually forgot all about Michael Huff.
You take a shot at LSU. You think I want you to take a shot at Texas?
I appreciate you too, X, because I couldn't think of nobody. I was trying.
I was ready. I was thinking about all kind of stuff.
Hey, Reek mentioned James Jones.
Yeah, facts.
All right, man. Yvonne, this week it is your week, man, because you know what time it is, man. It is Nbs top 5 time, man. So whatever top 5 you have prepared for us, I'll give you the floor right now. So with that being said, let me switch this over. Hold on.
I actually got no top 5 prepared at all.
So
your next topic, I will think of something within the next.
I could give you a top 5. It's an easy top 5.
Okay, sure. I actually forgot it was my turn.
Okay, so this week's top 5 is the top 5 college football greatest rivalries of all time.
Ooh, okay. I'll do that one. All right. So, top 5 college football rivalries of all time.
And don't be biased.
I will go. I'll be fair. All right. Number 1, and I'll go from the top, from what I think is the best rivalry in college football history. I think it is Michigan versus Ohio State.
Facts.
I think Michigan-Ohio State is the Duke UNC of college football. Some people love to put Army-Navy. I don't give a damn about Army versus Navy.
Wow.
And I'm not trying to be disrespectful to the Army, the actual Navy, Air Force, whatever you want to talk about. No one watches that game besides people that went to Army and Navy, okay? And maybe Jasper. That's a game Jasper, okay? So, look, it never has college football playoff implications. They're never ranked top 5. I don't want to hear it, okay? Michigan, Ohio State, they have it all. They have the national titles, the NFL players, the Heisman winners. I like in-state rivalries a lot, but this one's right on the border of each other. And I just think it has it all. I really do. You always look forward to Michigan and Ohio State. I love how Ohio State refers to them as a team up north. I just think that rivalry has had it all. The one game that sticks out to me is 2006, number 1 versus number 2. Troy Smith ended up the Heisman winner. That was a crazy game. It lived up to the hype. Harbaugh obviously was getting beat by Ohio State, then beats them 3 straight times. I just think that rivalry, when you look at national titles, Heisman winners, NFL players that have produced time and time again, that rivalry has it all. That's number one. Number two, I'm going to go with Alabama versus Auburn, the Iron Bowl. I like in-state rivalries. What makes this rivalry special is that there's no NFL teams in Alabama. So growing up in Alabama, you're either Auburn or Alabama fan. That's it. There's no, but I watched the NFL. No, you are forced to root for one of those two teams growing up in Alabama. It's given us a lot of memories over the last, I'd say, ever since Saban was there, since 06. Obviously, even before then, it was a great rivalry, but especially since 2006, even when Auburn had down years, they would beat Alabama. They almost did last year. Y'all remember the Jalen Milroe, Isaiah Bond touchdown in the end. I could not believe what I was seeing on 4th and 22, whatever it was. Auburn had a bad year. Alabama ended up obviously in the semifinal, and Auburn took them down to the wire. And if it wasn't for that throw by Jalen Milroe, Auburn wins. And that's happened a lot of times during this Alabama dynasty. The only thing in this rivalry that's missing a little bit is Alabama just has way more national titles. Auburn's won. I know that Cam Newton won. I want to say they won one more before that. So I want to say they have 2 national titles. Alabama, this rivalry does go back and forth. Alabama's only won 12 more games in the whole rivalry history, but usually it'll go back and forth no matter how good the teams are. But I just think Auburn misses the national titles, and that's what holds it back a little bit in terms of a rivalry. Number 3, I am going to go with Oklahoma, Texas. Okay. The cool thing about Oklahoma, Texas is it's always a neutral site. So this game's never in Oklahoma or Austin. The Cotton Bowl, it's always during the Texas State Fair, which would be awesome to attend one weekend during this game. Apparently, they never make this a night game because they're afraid of the audience because of the Texas State Fair. They think people are going to be way too drunk by the time it's a night game. So you can always expect a 12 o'clock kickoff or 3 o'clock Eastern time kickoff. This year it's 3 o'clock. So I think the cool thing about this rivalry is that it's always a neutral site. And for so many years, it determined the Big 12 champion. And now they've both gone to the SEC. And I think that's really only going to enhance this rivalry, if you ask me. All right. Number 4. Man, this is tough. I'm going to go a certain direction that a lot of people might have forgotten about. To me, it's Miami versus Florida State. I love this rivalry when I was growing up. All the wide right games, I remember that with Bowden. And early on those years, those were usually the best teams. The late 90s and the early 2000s, it was all Florida State and Miami. Another in-state rivalry, both ACC teams, and they've both got a lot of NFL talent. We know from Deion Sanders to Michael Irvin, like you mentioned earlier. So these teams, man, and I thought when I think of this rivalry, I always think about fighting. These guys always fought. Like every time they played each other, you saw bad blood. Number 5, man, this is actually tough. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to pick one of these two. I'm going to surprise some people. I'm going to surprise a lot of people. I love the Pitt West Virginia rivalry. I really do.
Wow.
The backyard brawl to me, it was always fun in the early 2000s. Only 75 miles apart for these two teams. Some people might say Notre Dame, USC. Notre Dame used to be a rival of Michigan when they'd had to play each other. You can go Texas A&M. LSU, Alabama within the last 2 decades has really taken over. But to me, the backyard brawl always existed. It's always been meaningful, and it's always a close game. there's something about that rivalry I really enjoy watching. And I know that might not be a favorite pick for people, but like I said, no disrespect to Army Navy. It just never has college football playoff implications. So number one to recap: Michigan, Ohio State, the Iron Bowl, Alabama, Auburn, Texas, Oklahoma, Florida State, Miami, and the Backyard Brawl at number 5.
All right, man.
No Bayou Classic, Southern and Grambling.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Go ahead.
Watch.
Go ahead. I'll let you guys grade Yvonne's list. What grade letter you give it?
I give it an A minus. A minus, only because I think that there's some better ones than the Backyard. I get that.
That's
I like
fair.
that one. It's not a bad one, but I just think like you said, for more recent LSU, Alabama, I would definitely watch that over watching Pitt and West Virginia today, for sure. Georgia, Tennessee, Georgia, Florida. I know Florida's on a decline, but that's a fire matchup typically, especially during Tim Tebow, Matthew Stafford time. That was real good.
Florida State during the 90s.
That's the one I would have put 5. Florida State. That would have been for me. But you're talking to somebody that grew up in that, watching those games. Florida State. You mentioned a lot about Michigan, Ohio State as far as the talent pool. Now I know Florida State both fell off. But at one time, with Miami, you could include Miami in that. But Florida State was both like the big programs in the country. And I just feel like that one for me as a kid, I was so hyped on Saturday when Florida and Florida State played. That was it for me. So yeah, I think that I don't think your list is bad. I think the top 4, I'm with you. I would put those 4 up there. I would probably put Florida State as a kid. As of now, Alabama, LSU for sure. And that's no biasness neither. No biasness.
See, what's your grade letter?
As of late too.
I give it a B. Just definitely for that that number 5. The number 5, bro. You could have went so many other ways.
I could have. It's just a rivalry I enjoy. That's all.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. That's more of a personal preference. But just to put some context on this, the Alabama LSU game last year had 8.85 million people watching it. And that's light. That's light. It's usually like that. It's over the last, like you said, over the last 15, maybe 20 years, that's been one of those rivalries that's really just picked up. And I see Reek sneak dissing. Yeah, we most definitely won some of those and came out with a national championship after doing so. So let's get it right and keep it right. Even God's quarterback over there in Washington, he actually beat Bama. Let's not forget that. So we'll keep it like that. And then I like a few more. Like if you were to go backwards, I like the Miami and Notre Dame rivalry back in the day. The convicts versus the Christians versus the Catholics versus the convicts. Mm-hmm. That was a really good rivalry. I'm just saying, man, it does a lot of ways. Because I would never put the Pittsburgh, West Virginia in that. Like that's just me. That's away for you. You on a roll though.
Yeah, he's not far from that though.
Yeah, you was on a roll. You were on a roll though. I will give you that. You were on a roll.
I mean, like I said, I didn't forget about these other rivalries. Just something I prefer to watch.
And one more thing, I know my man Q is gonna bring it up. I was there, baby. The big game, Stanford versus Cal.
Come on, man. The big game. Greatest rivalry ever.
Ever. I'm telling you. Hey, look, I'm not talking about from a TV standpoint. We were there. And I'm telling y'all, it's lit. Hey, I don't care what they look. I would have never believed y'all if y'all would have went. I would have been like, hell nah. But I'm telling you, it's lit. The atmosphere is fire. Hey, that's one of them ones. And to throw another one, Oregon State to me is low key. Like nobody talks about it, but that's always a good game when they play against each other.
Who?
Oregon versus Oregon State. They used to call
Yeah.
it the Civil War, but they don't call it no
All
Civil
right,
War no
man.
more.
I give.
And I just want to add my favorite West Virginia pick game though was when West Virginia was supposed to go to a
Pat
national
White?
title. Pat McAfee missed 2 crucial first half field goals, and they lost to Pitt, and it cost them a
Shady.
national. They would have been a
Shady.
national title game.
LSU ended up going to the national championship game.
Yep.
As far as your list go, I give it an A minus. I would have had Oklahoma and Texas at number 2. That's one of my favorite rivalries. That's one of the greatest rivalries. I just enjoyed those games though, man. And it don't even matter what the record is. And they have like a huge event, like you mentioned, the Texas State Fair. The Red River rivalry, man. I always call it the Red River Shootout. So, yeah, man. I think I would have that at number 2. Florida State, I would have that at 3. The Pitt, West Virginia at 5. But I do agree with you, the Army and Navy one. I thought I was the only one. That's not exciting at all, man.
Y'all don't do that.
They
We
get
not
a
doing
game,
that.
they get a game right after the college football season is over. Like
To themselves the whole week.
yeah, and
Hey,
we're
man.
stuck
What are we
watching that
doing?
disastrous game with them damn
I'm
triple
sorry,
options.
everybody out there that's in the service. I do not. This is solely Keo Yvonne's takes. This is not my take. Hey,
I
I
never
like
hold
all.
on. I never heard you once out of all the years I know
Hey, you don't enjoy. You don't enjoy.
you say to me, "Hey, Keo, man, you gonna watch the Army and Navy game, bro?"
My boys watching the Army and Navy. Nah, hell no. Nobody said
Hey,
that.
the one rivalry I think that could be even better is Alabama Tennessee. If Tennessee would just beat them more often, like the 15 Alabama won 15 straight during the Saban era, and then y'all remember when Tennessee beat them 2 years ago? That was craziness. I would really like that even more if just Tennessee made it more competitive.
I thought
That's
Keo
what you can say isn't a rivalry.
I
Right.
thought Keo was gonna go old school Nebraska, Oklahoma. That used to be a crazy rivalry back then.
All right, man. That was our
Who did
NBS.
Colorado used to beef with?
Nebraska.
Nebraska.
Nebraska. That used to be like in the 80s.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know if I'd put him up there top 5.
All right,
Not
man.
bad,
So
but
that's
that was a good rivalry.
So that's the Bonds NBS top 5. That's our NBS top 5 for this week. Next week is going to be C's turn. And C, especially being in next week, man, we're close to the NBA season. Your top 5 will be the top 5 players going into this year's 2024-2025 season. So you could have all the time in the world.
LeBron, and LeBron.
Oh, my God. Well, you got to be fair to the general public. So, with that being said, stay tuned.
Now he wants to be fair.
Stay tuned. So stay tuned for next week. And as we see, gives his NBS top 5 for the best players in the NBA this upcoming
best
season.
players are players to watch.
Reek, what you know about Tim Biaka-Batuka?
Oh.
That boy, Big Tim Biaka-Batuka.
All right, man. So we're going over to our next topic, and we're gonna do something called contenders or pretenders in the NFL. I'm gonna name a couple teams in the NFC and AFC, and you guys tell me if they're contenders or pretenders. So with that being said, I'm gonna start off with the first team, the Minnesota Vikings.
Contenders.
Pretenders.
Wow.
I just have to see a little more. I know they beat some stud legit teams. I just got to see it last a little longer. Y'all remember a couple years ago when Darnold was a Panther? They started off like 3-0, and everybody's like, "Man, are they for real?" And then they fell off. I just have a feeling that might happen here. I'm gonna go pretender for now.
They had a tough division. I wanted to ask you this, Q. I know we're going to win this topic, but how good does Sam Darnold have to be for the remainder of the year for the Vikings to offer him a contract, a real contract to be the starting quarterback over there?
Top 5 in MVP voting.
Okay. Because I know you got McCarthy. Next year, are they going to go with McCarthy? But let's just say he has a really good year. What would make y'all give him the contract to be the starter?
Second round of the playoffs.
Okay.
Second round of playoffs, a division champion. I mean, a division championship and a second round playoff berth. I think that'll get it.
Oh, so now we got expectations now for the Vikings. I'm gonna say the playoffs, man, because we did not expect the Vikings to go anywhere. We expected to be one of the worst teams. We didn't expect them to win the division at all or anything like that. So I'm gonna say make it to the playoffs at least.
Well, they play the Jets and the Lions next, so we're about to find out.
So speaking of the New York Jets, they just had a rough game this past week, and are they contenders or pretenders?
Hey, Yvonne, you're gonna hate me when I say this. Pretenders. I don't have to see anything. If they add Devontae Adams, then I'll change my mind. And y'all know I love their defense. I thought they were gonna be elite, but I don't like what I saw this past week versus the Broncos. Right now, for me, they're pretenders.
I told y'all that before the season started. Those boys were pretenders. Aaron Rodgers didn't turn it around like that, bro. He's still a 40-year-old quarterback. He's not Tom Brady. He's a 40-year-old quarterback. Does not do Drew Brees. He's not neither one of those guys. And yeah, they're pretenders.
They're contenders still, in my opinion. I had them as my Super Bowl champs, but that's not why I'm sticking with that. I still think that their defense is legit, but they need to get it together. And their offense needs some time, man. Rodgers coming off injury. It's week, 4 now, about to be 5. Like Aaron Rodgers has said before, relax.
Okay. Quoting the A-Rod.
I'm going with contenders also. I expect them to lose those type of games. So I'm going with contenders. All right, next team we got the Philadelphia Eagles.
Bruh, with no AJ Brown, Devonta Smith, they're pretenders. But I'm gonna assume they're gonna come back sooner than later. So I'm gonna say a contender because Saquon Barkley, has looked really good this season. I just think with a fully healthy team, they're contenders.
I gotta have them as contenders as well. Just simply because if we're talking about contenders to actually make a run at this thing, if I said Minnesota is, I damn sure gotta say Philly is, because I mean anything can happen with Minnesota. We don't know what's going on over there, but I think Philly has a lot better team, legit team than Minnesota does. I just think Minnesota is playing well with each other. I think they're being well coached, and I like the way they're playing now.
The Eagles are contenders, man. This team could be scary on offense once we see Saquon and AJ Brown on the field at the same time. But I don't know how y'all feel. I know I give Saints fans a lot of, a lot of heat, but that's because just C is sometimes too delusional. But I think that the Eagles fans have become way worse than Cowboys fans. The Eagles fans, and I live in NFC East country, and I know a lot of Cowboys, Eagles, Commanders, and Giants fans. I don't know what it is about the Eagles fans. They act like they're owed a Super Bowl like every year. They've become so annoying. I don't understand. Like, relax. You won your first title 5 years ago, 6 years ago, whatever it is. Relax. Like, you're lucky you got that one. I don't know. Their fan base has gotten annoying.
Hey, Yvonne, move to the South. You'll change your mind real quick about Cowboy fans. Cowboy fans be tripping over here.
Hey, wilding.
Shout out to the Cowboys fans in the South, man. But I got the Eagles as yeah, man. We here. I got the Eagles as pretenders. I wasn't sold on them in the beginning of the season. They always do this every year with what they do in the draft and the free agency, and Sirianni and her situation. That's a thing that people should look into, and it's going to be really interesting. All right, I'm gonna do two more teams, then we're gonna move on to our next topic. The next team is the Cincinnati Bengals.
Contenders. Contenders, contenders, contenders. Listen, I know they're gonna say eggs, they just beat the Panthers. Calm down. But hey, I'm here to tell you, Joe Burrow has played well. I know y'all may not understand that. Go look at his stats. 7 touchdowns, 1 interception. He's played well. I just think that defense has to play better. They're gonna come around. They ran the football better this past week. I know C gave him a hard time with losing Mixon, but Brown and Moss looked pretty good this past week. They're gonna be contenders. I'm here to tell you, since he's back, baby. T. Higgins, you shouldn't have traded him. See, you shouldn't have traded him.
Hey man. All right. I hate to say it because hell, I picked them to go to the Super Bowl too. They're pretenders. They're pretenders simply because I'm gonna keep saying it too because y'all said he was trash. That losing Mixon, it changed his whole team, bro. Here's the thing. Let's be real. Cincinnati had 2 nice receivers, one elite and one damn near elite receiver. They had a nice running back, a very nice running back. Not elite, but he was very nice, serviceable, worked really well in their offense. And they let him go. Then they lost Tyler Boyd too. So he was a nice receiver as a third receiver. So you letting these people go. You still got Joe Burrow. You got to hope and pray he stays healthy. But it always takes him a couple of weeks to get it going in a year. For some reason, I don't know why, but it takes him a couple of weeks to get going. I just think the 0-3 start was a little much, man. I think it's a little much. They're gonna have to go on a crazy run for this to pan out for them. And I just can't really see it, man. I see them barely missing the playoffs.
Okay. So I don't think that the Bengals miss Joe Mixon that much. I think that the offense is fine. I think the defense is trash. That secondary is bad. They're missing Jesse Bates. That's who they're missing. I think that defense needs some work, but I still think they climb into the playoffs somehow. I still think 0-3 or not. Now they get a win. They get the Giants in a couple weeks. We know that's a win. So I think that the Bengals are fine.
Yeah, man, I'm going with contenders also, man. That, like I said, if Joe Burrow as a lead as you people say he is, and he's that guy, then he there shouldn't be any excuses at all. They always start slow. I still got this team as contenders, man. They still got Jamar Chase, the second best LSU wide receiver. We know who's number one.
I agree.
See, it's finally me and C agree on something.
I told you that on draft day though, but we good.
Yeah, all right. But yeah, I got them as contenders. So this last one that I'm gonna do is that I'm only doing this because it actually leads us to our next topic. So with that being said, man, a lot of people say this is the hottest team in the NFL right now, leading with the rookie sensation from LSU. It's the Washington Commanders. Are they contenders or pretenders?
If I'm buying stock, I'm buying a whole lot of it right now. Reek, what up? Me and you don't always agree, but I think that this team is a contender. I like that. To me, they play with so much confidence right now, and they don't turn over the football. They don't turn over the football. They don't punt. It's insane how efficient this team is. They can run the football. They can throw the football. I think they're a serious contender. And if A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith keep missing some time, they're going to win that division.
I 100% agree with everything Sports Junkie just said, man. They're efficient. They don't have to punt. They're putting points on the board. They don't leave out the field without putting points on the board, man. That's crazy the way they're playing. And I think that team, when you look at them, it looks like that team actually likes each other. They like to play with each other. So when you got a team that really likes to play with each other, and you got somebody as talented as Jaden Daniels, come on, bro. Come on, man. When you got somebody as talented as coming out of big LSU, not the little one,
I'm from Louisiana.
you know you can't go wrong right now, man. If I'm buying stock, I'm buying one share more than Sports Junkie, bro.
Oh, come on, man.
I believe in the Commanders, and I think that they are legit. I believe they are going to win the division. I believe they are going to win the division, just simply because I do believe that the Devontae Adams and AJ Brown are going to miss a little more time, and they're going to lose a couple of more games. They started missing time a week late, but I mean, that's what's going to happen to them, and I don't think the Cowboys are worth a damn. They're not going to be able to beat them. So I got the Commanders winning this and making them a little run, getting in the playoffs as division champs with Jaden Daniels' rookie year, winning their Rookie of the Year award, and even getting some MVP nods.
Wow. Oh, you heard him, LSU. Hey, Q, when he said about the Cowboys, I saw your face.
I mean, as far as I know, we own the damn Redskins, Commanders. It doesn't matter what the hell their name is. We own them.
There you go.
So, man,
how's it gonna work out this year?
I do. Yeah, the Commanders, they're just not. They have what it takes to win the division, but I just don't think they will. Like I said, I originally picked Dallas in the beginning of the year, and I still got my Dallas Cowboys, America's team.
Well, you got. Hold on, let me find. I want to hear this because I saw him shaking his head. Go ahead.
I'm shaking my head because C just can't control himself sometimes. You know, he goes from they're gonna win the division. He goes, they're gonna win the division. I'm like, okay, I can see it now, you know. And then he goes, and he's gonna get MVP nods. I'm like, Brad, why you always do this to yourself?
Hold on. Let me ask you this before you go on with the delusional stuff. Is this the first time you've heard anyone say that?
I think Reek said it. That's it. That's the only two people I've heard.
Man, they've been talking about that all over the sports channels, bro. They've been saying that, bro. They say he's in the MVP conversation right now.
I mean, 4 weeks. I mean, I'm not losing my head over that. But anyways, I think that the Redskins, the Commanders, the football team, whatever they are a 9-10 win team at the most from what I've seen so far.
Enough to win that division.
I want to be honest. They haven't played anybody yet that has a legit defense. We got to be real. Okay? Look who they've played. And y'all talk about they're not punting. Don't get me wrong. That's impressive. They're playing NFL teams, especially with a rookie. But let's see who they've played. They played Tampa. They lost. They played they played the Giants. Trash. The Bengals defense. Trash. The Cardinals. Trash. Now they play the Browns. Trash. So I just need that. I want to see them against Philly. I see they play the Saints in New Orleans. I see they play Pittsburgh. They'll play Dallas twice. They play Atlanta. So
they might win 12 or 13 games.
So I'm just gonna shift. I'm just gonna shift. Hold on. I'm just gonna shift it over to the next time since we're already on this already right now. So Yvonne, my question for you is: are the Eagles still your favorites to win the NFC East?
Yes, I'm gonna stick with the Eagles. I think that if they get Saquon and AJ Brown on the field at the same time, that's the best team in that division. I did not have the Cowboys in the playoffs. They still will not make the playoffs. I'm telling you, Mike McCarthy, he might not make it a week 18. And now the Washington, I think Washington finishes second in the division. Salute them because no one expected this. But I don't think they're better than Philly when Philly's 100%. When Philly's 100% healthy. And the Giants, man, they're so embarrassing. I think that we need to just ship them to the CFL for the rest of the year. They don't deserve to be in the NFL. They are freaking trash.
Right, you so. Tell him, Malik. What up, Malik?
All right. What about you guys, man? Are the Eagles still your favorites to win the NFC East?
No, I'm going with the Redskins. The Commanders. I'm 25 years old. I've been the Redskins most of my life.
I'm going to say it's 50-50 because I can't say yes or no because I got to see when A.J. Brown is going to come back. If A.J. Brown is back, of course I'm picking Philly just because they got so many weapons on offense.
Well, fortunately, I do not have the Eagles as the favorites. My favorite is
Stupid boy.
my favorite is America's team. Lately, man, they've been America's tease. I still got the Dallas Cowboys, man. At to win this division, and Washington they're leading the division. It's only by one game, so it's still wide open for everybody. And I think the East is actually more wide open as it's ever been. So, yeah.
I think I read, I forgot how long it's been, but there hasn't been a repeat NFC East champion in I don't know how long. I'm about to look it up. All right, the last time the NFC East had a repeat champ. So last year was Dallas. The last time, let me see, it was the early 2000s. Philly, 03 and 04. They actually won it 4 straight years. That is the last time they had a repeat champion.
All
We
right.
had a little run going like that in NFC South for a little while. That we had a different champ every year. But
the Bucks been back-to-back champions though in the South. They might go for number 3.
Go to the next topic, bro.
All right, Yvonne, the floor is yours for the NFL weekly picks. How you got
doing the top 5?
No. I mean,
no, he said next week.
Yeah.
Huh?
He said
our power rankings. We're not doing our power rankings.
You could give your power rankings. We gave ours the previous show. That's why. You want to?
We did a recap after the Sunday night game or Monday night game. Seeing that they did the power rankings then. That's why.
Okay, yeah, y'all left your boy out. All right, cool. Let me get mine right quick. This is a real one. All right, so coming in at number 5, I have making their return to my Power 5, the Detroit Lions.
Okay.
They look good. I was happy to see them playing well. They look like they kind of shook off the cobwebs from the beginning of the season, and they started playing better. And they look good this week, how I kind of expected them to look. So they're number 5. And look, my Power 5 is based off how a team is actually playing, how teams are actually playing. And number 4, the Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore Ravens played excellent this week. And I think that the way they played, the way Derrick Henry is running, if he can run like that every week, there's nobody who can stop him. They will beat anyone if he's going to be running like that. All right. Number 3, I hate to say it, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Boys looking good, man. They looking good. They're looking like they're legit. Look like they could be repeating as NFC South champions and maybe making a run at the NFC if they continue to play like they've been playing.
Buddy Mayfield.
And crazy as it sounds, I'm actually happy to see Baker Mayfield play like this because I just like a redemption story. I like a redemption story. And so the Bucs are number 3. Here's where it gets interesting. The number 2 team, the Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City Chiefs are the number 2 team. They have been winning. They are the defending champs, but they have not been looking good doing it. They've been finding a way to win, which is admirable, but they have not been looking dominant in any of the games they played this season. So I have them as the number 2. And the number 1 team in the NFL right now on my power rankings, Sam Darnold and the Minnesota Vikings. It's crazy to say, but the Vikings have been looking great. They look like a juggernaut of a team right now. Sam Darnold is slinging it around the field everywhere. Justin Jefferson pinching it everywhere, putting up yards. I mean, they just look like a hell of a team, man. That defense is even showing up on those games. So I'm impressed with the Minnesota Vikings. Can they keep it up is the question. But that's week 4. So after 4 weeks, I have to say they're legit. So I got them in number 1 in the power rankings this week. Let's see if they can stay in there.
All right, man. So this week I'll be putting everybody's power rankings individually, so all the viewers to check it out of whose power rankings they like the best, because we all had it really differently. Oh, and by the way, man, the NBS team voted Derrick Henry as the NFL Player of the Week. I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with that. You know, it wasn't a unanimous vote. Some people had other votes for like Jared Goff. So I mean, and which is understandable also. But Henry had a good game, 199 yards, 24 carries, and 1 touchdown, man. So shout out to Derrick Henry once again.
Shout out to Derrick Henry for making Keo look stupid for thinking I was going to lose my fantasy matchup.
Well, I did thought you were going to lose.
Yep.
But it wasn't. Yeah. It was.
What your thinking do?
Yeah. All right. Let's go. Yvonne, weekly picks.
All right. So Reek is first place, 23-8. That's very impressive.
Wow.
C second, 19-12. Keo and X tied 18-13. And I am finally over 500. I had a great week last week.
Stop copying my picks, X.
I ain't looking at y'all boys. I'm looking past y'all. What up, Reek? I'm coming for that number 1 spot.
I'm 16
That's
and
what you said last year.
I'm 16-15, finally over 500. I was under there. I had a great week last week. So here we go. Thursday night game. Bucks at the Falcons.
I got Atlanta. I know Bijan's banged up, and they say he's questionable, but he's playing. Okay, well, my thing is, I know what our eyes tell us the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have looked better for sure, but I like Atlanta at home. I like Atlanta on a short week. I think Atlanta finds a way to get this done, and they get it done against the Bucks. It'll be a good game, but yeah, I'm going to Atlanta.
All right. I got the Bucks. Atlanta's not good, bro. The Atlanta's not good, bro. They snuck out. They snuck out against
the Saints.
They snuck out. They didn't score an offensive touchdown last week, and they won. Yeah, they won off turnover. They were given the game, right? Okay. So, I think the Bucks are going to give them a game? No, I don't think the Bucks are going to give them this game. Wow. Nothing about the Bucks this year shows me that they're going to give them the game. And I would argue that Bijan Robinson isn't even the best running back on their team right now.
Wow.
What I saw last week.
What I
saw last week. What's his name? Algiers?
Tyler Algier, yeah.
Yeah, Algier. He's a damn good running back. And I saw that last year. But I saw that I think the last 2 years before they got Bijan. But he showed he's definitely their power back. We couldn't tackle him. That was a bad thing on our part. We couldn't tackle him until they got to the red zone and couldn't score. But I got the Bucks, man. Like I said, I think that they're one of the top 5 teams in the league right now, and they're not gonna lose to the Falcons.
Who you got, Keo?
I got the Falcons in this game. Yeah, Falcons.
Okay.
Who Reek got?
Reek got the Bucks.
2-2 against the box office. Who you got?
I don't think that the Falcons are
the Bucks.
I don't think that the Falcons are giving Bijan enough carries. I think they get away from the run game. They need to give him 20-25 carries every game. I got Atlanta. They're at home. I think they're better right now, in a better situation. I know the Bucks have had some impressive wins, but I think that the Falcons, beat the Saints, beat the Eagles. They're beating legit teams. I think that they beat the Bucks, and then the Bucks will beat them in Tampa. Is how I think it'll go.
Well, at least you and your brother agree on something because he also got the Falcons.
Smart man. So, by the way, I think random thought: Colts should trade for Kyle Pitts. He needs a new home. The Colts need a tight end. That'd be a solid fit.
Colts are trash.
Yeah.
Wow.
Same record as the Saints. But all right.
Let me ask y'all a question. Real talk. You just brought him up. Is Kyle Pitts trash?
No.
Probably, honestly.
Yeah, he is.
Atlanta I don't think they use their weapons like they're supposed to.
I do agree with that, but Kyle Pitts disappears way too much.
Okay.
He disappears.
No catches last week, bro. I know the Saints defense played them well, but no catches, bro. No, you can't be what's supposed to be a premier tight end in the league, and you end up a game with no catches.
And I want to say this. I know we got to go, but I hate, and I was for the Saints for sure. But Bijan did score, and that holding call was weak.
Hey.
It had nothing to do with the play. It didn't. It had literally nothing to do with the play.
Did they hold though?
Oh man, it was
next
weak.
game. Go
ahead.
All right. Enough about the Saints, those dirty rats. All right.
Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. And Gil, watch your mouth too.
Hey, we got a London game. We got the Jets and the Vikings. Who we got?
All right. I'm with you on this. This is the redemption game for Sam Darnold. I think that the Vikings beat the Jets in London. I think that he was the number 3 pick overall, and he had high hopes. The Jets never worked out, but I think he goes and plays the Jets, and he beats Aaron Rodgers and the New York Jets. I got the Vikings.
All right, I got Sam Darnold, big ass head, and the Vikings.
Bro, pick the Jets. Stop picking the same games.
I just realized Darnold's playing his old squad.
Yep.
Yeah. I just said that they were the best team in the league, bro. I gotta go with them. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go with them. Although I'm not very confident in it because this just seems like one of them games that I picked them to be the number 1 team, and they go right out there and promptly lose to somebody like Aaron Rodgers. But I do have the Vikings. I think that they've been playing the best in the league thus far, so I got them.
Sam Darnold is going to have his worst game this season, man, because he is going to be throwing the ball against defenders like Ahmad Gardner. I don't call him Sauce Gardner. I call him Ahmad Gardner. He needs to do something for me to call him Sauce. The real Sauce is on the other side with DJ Reed, one of the best 1-2 punches in the cornerback position. And I think it's going to be tough for Jordan Addison and Justin Jefferson to have a game like this. And the Jets do have a good rush defense also, man. So, but the Jets offense, they got to get it going. They can't rely on the defense the whole time. But I am taking the Jets to bounce back to beat the Vikings.
Okay, I am also taking the Vikings. The Jets. I got the Jets. I think that they rebound from last week. The Vikings are due for an L. Sam Darnold finally struggles. Finally, I think that the Jets win. Reeks also got the Jets.
Okay.
So you think I should bench him on my fantasy team? Sam Darnold?
Who's your backup?
He was my backup. I had Tua. So I think
I offered you a trade. You didn't even respond to it.
What?
I offered you a quarterback for I forgot who it was.
Not in that league, man.
Yeah, in the Nbs league.
Just depends.
Darnold's not my quarterback in the NBA.
Oh yeah, you got Derek Carr.
Yeah.
Just depends. Just depends who your options are. See, but I would bench Darnold this week, in my opinion. All right. Next game, rivalry game, division game. We got the Ravens at the Bengals.
I got Cincinnati. Man, listen to your boy. Cincinnati's back, baby. Joe Burrow, T. Higgins, and Jamar Chase. Let's go.
Let me put this on. So everybody will know where my loyalty lies when I talk down about these boys.
Well, we know. Well, we know where the loyalty lies.
When I talk down on these LSU boys, bro.
Don't be disrespectful.
Bengals
Don't be
trash right now, bro.
disrespectful.
The trash right here. Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, Chase Manhattan, everybody ass right now. I have Lamar Jackson and those big bad Ravens. They are on the upswing. They caught their footing. They caught their foot and beat up on Keel's Cowboys. They've been running ever since. No pun intended.
Don't forget they made Josh Allen look average also. But I'm taking the Cincinnati Bengals in this game though. I think they will.
Yeah.
I got Bengals in this game.
You want to take the Ravens?
I said that the Bengals are going to win this division. I don't know if they still will, but I still think they're better. I still think they're better than the Ravens, though. I really do. I got the Bengals at home. I do. I think that the Bengals are better. And Reese has the Ravens. All right. Next matchup, fire matchup, Buffalo at the Houston Texans.
Ooh, this is a good matchup. I'm gonna take Buffalo. I'm gonna take Buffalo. I like Buffalo more than I like Houston. Houston to me,
Stephon Diggs against his old squad.
Yeah, old team. Yep. I think Josh Allen and company want to make a point to get this dub. I got Buffalo winning this one, but it's gonna be a good game though.
I would have actually had Buffalo had this been in Buffalo, but it is in Houston. And I think Houston, they're gonna play well at home. They got too many weapons, and I don't like the way Buffalo is using Keon Coleman. I just don't like it, man. I think he should be having a much better season, a much better impact on the offense, and he just isn't. So especially for them not to have any other big name weapons. Like you got the tight ends, but everybody else is just So I think they should be using him more. And I don't think that either this is going to be a coming out game for Keon Coleman, and I'll be wrong, or I got the Texans.
I got the Texans at home. I'm pretty sure I heard what Josh Allen said about Stephon Diggs. He made a little comment last week, and that was a shot towards Stephon Diggs. They're going to want to give the ball to Stephon Diggs in this game with CJ Stroud. I'm going to be rooting for him this weekend.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that, man. But yeah, the game is in Houston though. Houston hasn't have, the look like Houston hasn't been like that deadly offense that we thought we were going to see. But I like Houston in this game. Joe Mixon actually returns in this game also. I'm taking the Texans.
That's Keel's too. Keel hates Josh Allen and he hates CJ Stroud. He had to pick one though.
Wow.
Man, this is a toss-up. But I have a feeling Stephon Diggs doesn't have to get the ball first 3 drives, and he starts bothering the crap out of Stroud, takes him off his game, and I think that they unravel. I got the Buffalo Bills. I think Diggs is going to put so much pressure on Stroud that Stroud's going to be like, okay, I see why Allen was annoyed. I got the Bills. Enrique also took the Bills.
I think the opposite, man. I think Stroud goes out there and gets the ball to him to show Josh Allen what to do with him. I'm gonna show you how to use this boy. I think he goes out there and shows him. I can't see him go. Diggs knows he can't pressure any more quarterbacks. He can't do that, especially if they had to pick between CJ Stroud and Diggs. They're picking Stroud. So you don't have a choice. You don't have a choice in the matter. You gotta shut the hell up. and go out there and play. Catch the balls that are thrown to you.
Okay. All right. Sunday night game, man. This is going to get some massive ratings. The Cowboys go to Pittsburgh. Who we got?
Ooh,
I think
I'm
this
gonna take
this is a
Dallas.
cool Sunday night game. I like
Yeah, it is. I'm gonna take Dallas. Pittsburgh, to me, they're gonna have to try to score to keep up. I think Dallas somehow, some way pulls this game out. I got the Cowboys, Keo. Look, he's smiling. Look, he likes that. I got the Cowboys. If the Colts can beat the Steelers, I think the Cowboys can do it. Look, I like that. Look at the shot of this team. Y'all are better with Flacco, though. I know that sounds crazy.
He actually completes 7-yard flat routes. I mean.
It works.
I think a lot of teams are better with Flacco, bro.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
I really believe that. I'm going to have to back off that coach thing.
The Flacco, man, he made Cleveland better than with Watson.
Well,
yeah. I think Flacco's racist. He goes and find him and Andy Dalton. They go find a black quarterback and go to take their job. He's doing the same thing every time.
You got Steelers or Cowboys?
That's a clip for you, T.O. Cut that up. Put that out there. Let's get these views up, baby. All right. Anyway,
I got you.
I actually have Pittsburgh, bro. I got Pittsburgh. I think Justin Fields is coming to his own since being in Pittsburgh. I know they took a tough little L, but I mean, I think they shake back from that. Russell Wilson is actually, I think he's cleared to play now. I don't think he's gonna touch the field because Justin Fields is doing so well. I think it's over. Maybe they trade. Hey, Pittsburgh. Send that boy to Miami. You can send Russell Wilson to Miami, bro. They'll give you a little something for him, bro. For real. I would do that.
Honestly, not a bad idea.
I would actually do that, bro. That would help them out a lot. Send him and get Mostert. Get Mostert back. Get Mostert in the trade, bro. I wouldn't make the trade if I was Miami, but I think that would be a good trade for him. But anyway, I think I have Pittsburgh, man, because I think the Cowboys are pool. They getting beat up left and right. They beat the Giants, but I mean, it was the Giants. So and the Browns don't look like they're nothing to write home about either. So I think that the Cowboys are gonna have a bad season this year, and they're gonna end up blowing it all up this year.
All right, man. And I'm gonna take a page off of C's playbook. Let me show you where my loyalty lies, man.
Oh!
I got the Dallas Cowboys, baby, in this game. I know the team is banged up. They reported that Brandon Cooks will not be playing. I expect Dak to throw the ball because I don't think I expect Dak to throw the ball a lot. You're gonna see a lot of attention for CeeDee Lamb. He's gonna be targeting Jake Ferguson a lot. I don't expect no running game at all. Zero. I think the defense will show up in this game. One thing about Pittsburgh is they have a good defense, but they do struggle to move the ball this season, though. So I'm going with the Cowboys in this game on Sunday night.
Okay.
Trades. The Cowboys should send Brandon Cooks back to the Rams. They need a wide receiver right now, and he worked over there.
Not a bad idea. So I just want to give you a breakdown of the Cowboys' schedule. Look at this. They just beat the Giants, right? And until they play the Giants next time, look who they play. Oh, my God. They play Pittsburgh, Detroit, San Francisco, Atlanta, Philly, Houston, Washington, and then the Giants again. Wow. This is where they completely unravel, and Mike McCarthy will be out of Dallas quicker than the Colts were out of Baltimore.
There's only
I think that the Dallas Cowboys are about to blow up. I have no reason to pick them in this game. Brandon Cooks and Micah Parsons are out. They're out. They're not winning this game. The only person that's worth watching on that team at this point is CeeDee Lamb. Man, the Cowboys are about to hit rock bottom.
Wow.
I think that the Steelers are going to win this game. TJ Watt is going to sack Dak a couple times. Fields is going to look good again. The Cowboys are about to unravel. This schedule is, oh my God, the Cowboys are about to hit rock bottom.
Oh, Gil's about
Well,
to unfriend you on Facebook.
the Cowboys actually has had a tougher schedule than that last year. Their schedule was way more tougher, and guess what? They end up winning the division.
Shit, they're worse than they were last year, though.
Yeah, I agree.
No, they'll be all right. I still got the Cowboys though. You said I don't know what's the purpose of watching it. It's the freaking Dallas Cowboys. As long as you got a star on that helmet,
Oh, God.
the haters is still gonna watch it. Cowboys Nation is gonna watch it. Like you said, this is gonna be box office record sale, most viewed Sunday night game. Let's go, man.
Well, the Cowboys get even more viewers when they actually go down rock bottom. But look, I got Pittsburgh. Greeks got Pittsburgh. Brandon Cooks and Mike are out. I don't know what y'all are talking about, Keo and X. I really don't.
Hey.
They got the best receiver in the league, man.
Watch your mouth now.
Even if he was, that's not enough.
Wow. Go
All
ahead. Let's go to the Monday night game.
Night game. I know C's gonna be thinking about this every minute until next Monday. The New Orleans Saints go to Kansas City to play the Chiefs. Who we got?
Hey,
Also, I'm gonna tell y'all, Reek he's got the Saints.
Okay. See, don't get mad at your boy. You know you my mans. Hey, I told you I had Atlanta last week. It's not because I'm not rooting for us, but I got something for you. There's a trend on TikTok right now. It's a slogan or acronym, BTA, belt to ass. The Chiefs are gonna beat the Saints without Rasheed Rice, without Hollywood Brown, without Pacheco. It's not gonna matter. I got the Kansas City Chiefs winning this game. I'm sorry, see. Belt to ass.
So I think I might know the direction C's going with this game because he did have the Chiefs at number 2. So I think that might have been a sign. I might be wrong. And I saw your Saints report recap. You know, I watch it all the time. You made some good points on there though. Like the Falcons beat them with the injuries the Saints was dealing with. You were right about that. But as far as this game goes, man, the Chiefs are undefeated for a reason. They've been finding ways to win this game. I don't think this game is going to be a blowout. I think this game will actually be closer than what people think it is because the Chiefs are banged up also on the offensive side. So your number one option is Xavier Worthy, the first-round draft pick. So we're going to see what he's made of. I know I'm expecting them to target Travis Kelce a lot.
That's why he traded.
Look out for the Saints to focus a lot on Travis Kelce because they're gonna be scheming and zoning in on him. But I still like the Chiefs in this game with that running game that they got, and Mahomes will make it happen. I got the Chiefs.
I'll go next. I'll let C go last with his Saints. Man, look, both these teams got injuries. They really do. But karma works in funny ways. Y'all were hating on Xavier Worthy. I smell a Xavier Worthy Monday. That's what I smell. I smell 2 touchdowns. I already know. Y'all, I already know. It always gets y'all. It always gets y'all. Yeah, I'll bet on the Chiefs.
No, I ain't saying that. Don't do that.
Worthy.
Look, they both got injuries. I just think that the Chiefs, man, are more resilient. They've been in this situation. Kelsey's going to get the ball a lot. Xavier Worthy, I think, has a great game. And I think Kareem Hunt finally coming out party.
Right.
I really do. I don't even know if Tyrann Mathieu is going to play, but it's against his former team. I got the Chiefs. I think they've been in this position way too many times. They know how to answer. I'm still not convinced on the Saints. They haven't beaten anybody that I think is legit. If they beat Kansas City, even with the injuries, I'll give them a lot of credit. It is in Kansas City. But I just think that the Chiefs are better.
Hey, see, before you go, I do want to say you did make one great point. I know everybody laughs, especially Yvonne and them. Taysom Hill is big for our team. I agree with C on that, for sure. Especially in the red zone, he is big because you have to respect him with Alvin Kamara next to him. You may laugh about it, but it's the truth. It's kind of like when Tim Tebow was in college. I swear you had to respect Tim Tebow running the football.
Only thing I have to say about that, they can laugh, but everybody in the NFL, they agree with us. So y'all are wrong. All right. So let me do this. Y'all know where my allegiance lies, right? We know where my allegiance lies. So I tell you this though, my pick may change closer to the game, but both teams have a lot of injuries. True, both teams have a lot of injuries. I think the X factor in this pick is who the teams have left on their roster. And the Chiefs have the best player in football on their roster. So
Baby, I'm a Saints fan. That's why I say who that.
But I got the Chiefs.
All right.
I got the Chiefs.
Right.
It's in Kansas City. It's in Kansas City. We're very injured right now. But depending on who we have come back before that game, my picks may change. My pick may change. Because if we're a little healthier than we are right now, I can see us going into Kansas City and stealing this one. But right now, we just got too many injuries.
Well, if teams are going to beat Kansas City, now's the time. You know,
I agree with you. I think Kareem Hunt is going to have a monster game.
I agree. I think
he's going to have a good game.
Also, we got rid of Are You Kidding Me? I want to bring it back, and the Chiefs reminded me of this. Are you kidding me? I literally saw a clip on Twitter an hour ago. I cannot believe this. I can't believe what I saw. This is what Twitter's saying off of the video, but Rashee Rice's mom was wearing a Rashee Rice jersey. And obviously, probably everybody in the neighborhood thinks or knows she's probably Rashee Rice's mom, or she is. And there's a clip going around, and I hope it's not true because I've seen it. That she's stealing from the neighbors. I'm like, bruh, your son's a millionaire. Everyone in the neighborhood knows that you're Rashee Rice's mom. You're wearing the jersey on top of it. Everyone's got the Ring camera, like see showing.
Everybody got one of these.
If she's actually doing that, are you kidding me? Come on, man. Now I understand why Rashee Rice was doing what he was doing. Doing a hit and run and then disappearing from the scene. I mean, come on. We got to do better than that. If she's from what we see in the camera, if that is true that she's actually stealing, come on, man. Who else is Rashee Rice going to learn how to act better from than his mom? Come on, man.
I know a person better that he could act better from. The next president of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
The felon?
Woo!
The felon?
Hey, everybody tuned in. This is gonna go crazy because we got a whole split.
You talking about the 34 time?
Hey, we're gonna start an MBS politics show. These guys will do that. I won't be on that show because they're gonna argue. I swear to God, I'm not joining that show. No, they're gonna have red on. Steve's gonna have blue on. They're gonna argue the whole time. I swear.
All right, man. Let's go to the shout outs, man. Wrap things up.
But shout out to y'all boys, man. I just dropped a little nugget in y'all ear. Kareem Hunt, fantasy alert. I'm trying to tell y'all, if you can get him,
X, I'm gonna send him to you.
send him to me.
I'm gonna send him to you. I got him in Q League. I'm gonna send him to you.
Well, my team, I'm loaded in that league. You heard me?
Hey, I'm gonna send him to you, man. I need something that can do this, man.
I can't help you. I'm not giving you CD Lamb or Jamar Chase. But but shout out to y'all boys, man. Always fun. Some of y'all need to watch y'all mouth on this show. I don't know when. Come on, man. Y'all mama raised y'all better than that, man. Disrespecting Army and Navy. Just
You ain't watching that
disrespect.
game, man.
Shout out to Army and Navy. Shout out to my brother Jasper. You know, he was in the Navy. You know, you my brother, man. I love you. And we'll be back on next week, though, man, for sure.
All right. Well, like I said earlier, I apologize for coming on late. I was not at a Diddy party. I was not. Hey, this show
home, baby oil. He don't like this, man.
You know, the NBA season's coming up. I'm sure LeBron and Bronny, they getting the baby oil ready, but I ain't ready for them. I'm watching football season for another 4 or 5 months. I love it. If the Saints lose 3 straight, bruh, C might leave our chat, never come on the show again. But hey,
that would mean so much more if we didn't have an easy schedule following this.
Anyways, awesome show, funny show as always. Looking forward to being back on next week.
All right. You know me, man. First off, man, I did see that video of the Rasheed Rice mom, but that actually pissed me off because she was doing the whole like looking the most suspicious I've ever seen a person look. And she did she kicked the package and then like looked back, and I guess she thought she was out of the range of the ring, and then picked it up and looked and walked away with Rice on the back of her jersey, and she walked off. It was so damn stupid, bro. I couldn't believe it, bro. Anyway, man, that's neither here nor there. Last of the shout outs, I always go to my family: Hunter Morgan, Tori, Christian, Ali, and Edward. Daddy, love y'all. I'll see you in just a second. To my beautiful wife, Latricia, I love you too. I'll see you in just a second. And the Pap House babies, Marcel Carter Bryant and Nazaria Grace Bryant. Pap, love y'all. I'll see you in just a second. Even if it's just on my screensaver. And everybody over there at the NBS, man, everybody watching and listening to us, love y'all too, man. I'll see y'all next episode. Peace.
All right, man. By the way, this is episode 60. It's not episode 70, so we'll definitely fix it for you guys. So episode 60 of the NBS show. Shout out to Yvonne, C, X. Make sure you tune in later this week. Me and Danny, we're gonna do some NBS Universe huge battle event coming up this weekend, and then we got the NBS recap coming up next week, including the NBS Stardom Sidom show, man. So with that being said, man, until then, NBS show episode 60. We'll see you guys next time. We out.
Boot up or shut up.